Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Dakota, the place where we peek behind the curtain of corporate America, and boy do we have a peek for you today. You are not going to believe what we found in this latest filing. Today we are diving into a Form 8K filing from Forward Industries Incorporated. Now this isn't your typical monster 10K or 10Q with pages and pages of financial tables. No, this is a current report, meaning something significant just happened, and companies have to tell the world about it quick. This filing dropped on the 27th of October 2025, and it's got some interesting tidbits about leadership and pay. So let's get right into it. The main event here revolves around the company's leadership team and director compensation. It seems like on the 27th of October, the Compensation Committee, which is like a special group within the board of directors that handles pay and benefits, approved an employment agreement with Michael Pruitt. Michael Pruitt is currently serving as the Interim Chief Executive Officer or CEO for Forward Industries Incorporated. Now, being an interim CEO means he is stepping in for a bit, likely while they search for a permanent replacement. This agreement is set for a 6-month term. Starting all the way back on the 10th of September of 2025 for his work, he'll be taking home $30,000 a month. That is a pretty solid monthly salary while he's steering the ship. The filing mentions this description is not the whole story, and that the full employment agreement is filed as an exhibit, which we'll get to later. But that is not all that happened on the 27th of October. The board of directors, based on the Compensation Committee's advice, also decided on the pay for their non-executive directors for the upcoming fiscal year, which is 2026. Each of these directors will receive $100,000 annually. This will be paid out in pretty regular chunks. $25,000 every 3 months. However, trees a notable exception. Kyle Samani, who is the chairman of the board, won't be getting this director pay. This is often a sign that the chairman has other compensation arrangements or is compensated in a different way. They also made some changes in who leads key committees. Sanjita Shah is now the chairperson of the Compensation Committee, which is a pretty important role when it comes to setting the pay for executives and directors. And Keith Johnson is taking the helm as the chairperson of the Audit and Risk Committee. This committee is crucial for overseeing how the company manages its finances and identifies potential risks. These appointments suggest a focus on solidifying leadership in areas that deal with financial oversight and executive compensation. Now, about those exhibits we mentioned earlier. The filing lists Exhibit 10.1, which is the employment agreement between Michael Pruitt and Forward Industries Incorporated, dated the 10th of September 2025. This is where you'd find all the gritty details of Pruitt's interim CEO role and his compensation. The other exhibit, Exhibit 104, is the cover page interactive data file. This is basically a machine-readable version of the filing's cover page, useful for regulators and automated systems. As is standard for these reports, the filing needs to be signed off by authorized personnel. This particular report was signed by Kathleen Weisberg, who holds the title of Chief Financial Officer, essentially the company's top finance executive. This signature, dated the 31st of October 2025, confirms that the information presented in the report is accurate to her knowledge. So, what does this all mean for Forward Industries Incorporated? Well, this filing isn't about massive financial performance numbers or a dramatic shift in their business strategy. Instead, it points to internal operational adjustments. The approval of an employment agreement for the interim CEO signals a move towards formalizing leadership, at least for a defined period. The non-executive director compensation update shows a clear plan for compensating those who sit on the board and oversee the company's direction. The committee chair appointments suggest a focus on strengthening governance, particularly in financial oversight and executive compensation. The fact that Kyle Samani, the chairman, isn't taking the standard director pay might mean he is compensated differently, perhaps through a more extensive executive role or equity awards. This is something to watch if more information becomes available. Overall, the company appears to be in a phase of solidifying its leadership and governance structures. There are no immediate red flags related to financial distress in this particular filing. But it is important to remember this is just a snapshot of specific events. What is your take on these leadership changes and compensation adjustments at Forward Industries Incorporated? Do you think the interim CEO salary is fair? Let us know your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please give this video a like and subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more easy to understand insights into corporate filings. We also have a fantastic Discord community where we discuss these reports in more detail. So the link is in the description. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.